Welcome back to the channel, everybody. What I have today are 3 watches from the Microbrand JWalker Watch Company. I first featured these watches in my first ever triple unboxing video. You can see that video by clicking on the info card somewhere up here. And the watches I unboxed are these 70s retro-inspired Digital Deco Moderne. Thank you to JWalker Watch for contributing these 3 watches to present. I don't have to send them back, and therefore the paid promotion is in the corner. I'll leave a link to the JWalker website where you can find additional info on this watch, as well as their analog offering, the new Deco. I have this gilded black dial with the beautiful black DLC case, but check out their website to see their other colorways. Now, before I get into the watch, I briefly want to touch on the price and packaging. These watches are $49.99, $50. Shipping is $10, but when you buy 2 or more items, the shipping is free. It's comparable to other watches that have that squarish design. However, have you ever seen a $50 watch come in a box like this? I'd have to double check the box of my $150 Casio Edifice, but I know for certain my Casio AE1200 and my MRW200 didn't come anything close to something like this. You never see a box like this in watches under $100, and it's also uncommon for watches around $200. I know it's a box destined to be banished to a drawer or the closet, but it's nice to see JWalker going the extra mile. The dimensions on this watch is 34 millimeters in between the pushers, about 38 millimeters at the pushers, a lug-to-lug of 41 millimeters. The strap starts at 26 millimeters that slims down to 18 millimeters. It's 10 millimeters thick, and it's a wrist snapping 33 grams. This is one of the lightest watches that I own. The module in these watches all perform the familiar functions. It's a world timer, it's got 5 alarms, a timer, and a stopwatch. We've got 4 time zones. I'm on the East Coast, so New York City is Zone 1. My company is headquartered in the Midwest, so Zone 2 is Chicago. Some of the vendors that I deal with are in Europe, so I have Zone 3 set to London time, and I've got businesses in Las Vegas, so LA is my 4th time zone. There's a backlit button at the top right. At first glance, the display might make you think Casio AE1200, but it is in fact quite different. This is my modded Royale. You could see side by side the differences. This is a watch that I bought from the watch brand Ash Watches. He's got a lot of great custom watch builds. What's interesting is Connecticut is the 3rd smallest state in the nation. Yet here we have 2 brands, Ash and JWalker, that are both based in Connecticut. I guess that tiny state has a lot of creative minds. What I like about the Moderne is it makes better use of the space that's here. Better use than the 39.5 millimeter and 44.5 lug-to-lug of the Casio I just showed. The digital time and date are well laid out on this watch. But I especially like the considerably larger and easier to read clock. It's a major advantage because it's always set to time zone 1. So, when I'm in Vegas and I set my watch to zone 4, LA, my current time is seen digitally, where at the same time I can see the time back home by looking at the clock. I don't have to cycle through the 4 saved zones. What you don't have, that the Casio does, is a map of the world. It looks cool, but functionally it's pretty useless because it's so tiny. The rose gold case has a metallic look, but it is resin, which contributes to the lightweight. The strap is made of polyurethane with a rose gold steel buckle. The recessed center keeps a portion of the strap off your wrist for added comfort. I have a 7.5-inch wrist and keep it a little loose. Bigger wrists should not have a problem with fitting. The case back is steel. It features a nice engraving of their logo, 30 meters of water resistance, and the battery being stated on the case back is nice to see before cracking the case back open to see what battery you'll need but don't have. The CR 2016 battery used won't get you up to 10 years like the Casio, but you'll get up to 5 years before you even have to cross that bridge. The vintage Deco vibes really come through in this design. The rose gold case and champagne colored display do a great job at that. The polyurethane strap also adds to that vintage vibe. There was no FKM rubber back then, and polyurethane was revolutionary at the time. So this strap does fit the period. And before I wrap this up, I'm going to do another wrist shot of each. Here is a look at the black. The green. And finally, the blue strap. And that's it. Remember, these are just under $50 each. And if you buy 2 or more, the $10 shipping fee is waived. Thanks again to JWalker Watch Company for sending me these watches to present. Check out their website in the description. I don't know what their processing time for orders are. Their website says typically 1 to 2 days. However, I know the pre-orders of this watch were much greater than anticipated. It may be pointless to say, but should it take an extra day or two to get your order out, this could be a reason why. And I hope you found value in this video. And if you did, please take a second to like, hype, subscribe, comment, thank, share. Whatever you can do to support the channel would be greatly appreciated. Over 90% of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed. It costs you nothing, so hit that subscribe and help me out. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.